Starting to see the raindrops falling in parts of greater Cincinnati right now. We have some flashes of lightning also being reported, but nothing strong, nothing severe, though it's not out of the question quite yet. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. We're tracking some gusty winds to pair with the rain, the lightning. The good news about what we're seeing right now is that it's losing steam. We're not seeing anything strong, nothing severe, and it's not going to be that. However, here's what I'm tracking later on this evening. Look at this. It's just a long line of showers and thunderstorms. It's moving more easterly than it is north, but we have some sort of northerly components to it. And so we're going to be watching out for some of these showers that you see here, and they're just showers now, to pull into the tri-state, and with it will come a small but still there severe threat. Here in Cincinnati, I mean, locally, we're just now starting to see a downpour approach downtown. It's just now crossing the river, heading a little bit south of Green Township. So the Ludlow area, you guys will see at Villa Hills, Crestview Hills as well. Maybe a streak of lightning with this, but that's it. It's mainly just rain that we're seeing around the tri-state. A good, decent downpour in Patriot, the very eastern side of Switzerland County there, heading into very southern Boone County. But again, it's just a lot of rain pulling on through. I will say what we are tracking right now is zapping the energy for anything strong to severe later on this afternoon. So if you're seeing the rain right now, your potential for seeing severe weather has dramatically gone down. That's the good news. It's those of us that haven't seen the storms quite yet today, the rain quite yet today, that we're seeing and noticing that severe threat through your middle afternoon. That includes us here in downtown Cincinnati, parts of northern Kentucky, but mainly east of Cincinnati. We'll go ahead and give you that timeline here in just a second. Let's talk about an overview of this first alert weather day, and if you guys have any questions about it, we'll address them throughout the live stream, of course. So today, Saturday, March 7th, severe storms are possible. It's a low-end threat, but it is a threat. And outside of the showers and thunderstorms, it's still going to be windy. So weather is definitely a hot topic today, definitely going to affect your plans. We're stormy now through around 4 o'clock. We're tracking rain after that. That is just when we see the storms, especially the severe threat, come to a stop. We're windy all day, like I mentioned, and that could lead into some power outages. Because we've been so rainy over the last week, the ground is saturated, and so all it takes is one strong wind gust. The root systems of trees are just a lot looser because the soil is a lot more muddy than it is dry. All it takes is one strong wind gust to take a healthy tree down, especially a not so healthy tree down, and that could lead to power outages. And of course, flash flooding going to be an issue too, where we see the rain. You saw it on the radar image just a second ago. It's a big swath of rain pulling on through. It's a nice long time frame that you're going to see rain here in the tri-state, and that's why we have the risk for some flash flooding. I'll take you back to the radar image right now to give you an overview of what we're seeing here locally. In Cincinnati, we're really just now starting to get started. I'll show you a camera here in just a second. Those east, of course, not seeing anything, and then here's everything that's on the way. A lot of mess on the way here for your early afternoon and into your afternoon, and the rain is going to continue past that window of potentially severe weather. So here's your image, your Newport cam looking east. I know it looks very intense, it looks a little scary, and this is what you're looking at here is very characteristic of a leading edge of a storm, a gust front. When you see something like this, know that strong winds are on the way, and of course rain and some strong some lightning, I should say. It's 69 degrees in Cincinnati. The main weather story is of course going to be the chance for some storms, though. I mean, wow. It just looks really eerie, and it's because it is a little eerie. We'll get you through it, though. Not a widespread severe threat, and a pretty low-end one for that matter as well. Let's take you hour by hour in your weather timeline through this first alert weather day. So this is what we're kind of seeing right now here in Cincinnati. Within the next 40 minutes, the rain is going to come to us. It's going to start, and it's not going to come to a stop for a good few hours. Notice as we work into your early afternoon, those north of Cincinnati, your severe threat, it's done. we've already seen the rain. You're seeing it now, and you have for hours. Whereas those south of Cincinnati, where you haven't seen the rain, and east of Cincinnati, notice that's where we have the likelihood of a couple of these stronger thunderstorms, the purples that you see there. With this can come some strong winds, maybe leading into some severe thunderstorm warnings. A brief spin-up tornado, not out of the question, especially east of Cincinnati. As we get into 3 to 4 o'clock this afternoon, the severe threat comes to a stop. We're holding on to the rain chances, though. Rain chances. I'm not tracking storms for your evening. That's the good news. And we will roll into the overnight hours. We'll start to dry out, and eventually we'll start to clear out. You'll see the sun tomorrow. But we just got to get through today. Here's your weekend forecast. 71 your forecast high. That's very close to where we are right now. Don't expect things to get much warmer than where they are right now, for that matter. We're windy, though, so we might. Tomorrow, clearing, comfortable, mostly sunny, and temperatures in the mid to low 60s. And then we start to roll into a relatively warm week. We'll unpack that here in a second. I want to see if we have any questions about today's first alert weather day, the storms we're seeing right now, the storms that we could see later on this afternoon. So we'll go ahead and get to some comments. Aaron's tuning in, starting now in Trenton. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for your report. Andrea's tuning in, thunder in Dent. Yes, so Dent is not too far out of the city, but yeah, you're absolutely seeing those stronger thunderstorms near the Dent area. Not severe, that's the good news. And if you're seeing the thunderstorms now, your severe threat later on is done. That's good. So that's mainly southeastern Indiana. These showers are going to continue though, and you'll have those gusty winds. It's just, maybe you won't get a tornado warning, right? And most of us won't, but I hope you guys understand what I mean by the rain that we see right now, and I have been seeing for a while, is going to zap the energy for later storms to work with. Whereas you kind of see it happening down here, south of Cincinnati right now. You have south of Burlington, kind of near I-71 there in Boone County. The stronger thunderstorm pulling on through. It looks pretty intense, and I bet you it looks intense to you guys. If you have photos, send them to us, of course. This is very characteristic with strong winds. You got that gust front pulling through. But I wouldn't be surprised if this right here has a very eerie look to it. And that's just because it's on the leading edge of all of this rain, and it's got the gusty winds to prove it too. It's not strong, it's not severe, but you can kind of see what happens where we haven't had the rain yet, i.e. northern Kentucky. We do have the opportunity for some of these stronger showers to become storms, and then maybe something a little bit stronger. It's just an example, and it's by no means severe, but it's something to keep an eye on. Not seeing anything from our partners, which is good. All right, let's address some more questions. Thank you, Victoria, for tuning on in. Jen's tuning in, getting windy in northern Kentucky. Yeah, we'll take a look at those wind gusts here in a second. In northern Kentucky, for that matter, you guys are definitely seeing that gust front pull through. Jeff Beechler, I see Greenfield, Ohio is going to get hit. Hopefully not too bad. Yes, hopefully not too bad at all. Okay, so these winds, yeah, they're outside of the showers, outside of the storms. They're still gusting up to a good amount. Reported up to about 35, maybe 37 miles an hour across parts of the tri-state. You're mainly seeing that north and northeast of downtown. 37 mile per hour wind gusts in Hamilton, 35 in Wilmington, and in northern Kentucky around 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts, which again, I can't rule out one strong wind gust. That's all it can take for a healthy tree to be taken down. It's not going to be the strongest winds that we've ever seen, but it's just because the ground is so loose. It doesn't exactly keep everything in there as well as it normally does when it's been raining. Okay, no other questions coming on in right now. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the week ahead and weather, which includes a lot of dry time. That's the good news, especially tomorrow. Tomorrow's the better day out of the weekend, the 2 weekend days. 0% chance of rain, snow, anything. Monday, same thing. In fact, you'll see more sun on Monday. Tuesday, a spotty chance for some light rain, a really low impact right there. But then Wednesday is now a first alert weather day because we do have more showers. We got more storms and more gusty conditions too that we need to unpack. So let me give you that first alert on your weather timeline. on what to expect for Wednesday. We'll start with Sunday though, which mostly sunny skies will take us all the way into Monday afternoon, and then we roll into Tuesday. There's that spotty chance, and then Wednesday, most of your morning looks pretty dry. Temperatures are going to soar back into the middle 70s. Great for the time being, but not great for the severe storms that could possibly be coming through the tri-state later on that afternoon. So the timing of this is kind of it's in that sweet spot in which we're feeding off of daytime heating, the warmest temperatures of the day. That is why we have that first alert weather day there for Wednesday. And then we're a bit cooler behind all of that. So here's your first alert extended forecast. A high today of 71 degrees. We're at the high right now. Strong storms in the forecast. We're seeing that right now, but nothing severe right now. We do have the possibility of severe weather from now through about 4 o'clock. Sunday, tomorrow, remember we spring forward, so we lose an hour of sleep. Make sure you set your clocks an hour earlier forward. And that means your sunrises and your sunsets are an hour later. 63, your forecast high. More sun for Monday, comfortable sunshine that is, 72. That's gonna be a great day. Tuesday, it's also a pretty good day. Just have a little bit of some rain in that forecast. It'll be breezier as well, 74. Wednesday, windy. We've got storms in the afternoon and into your evening that could be strong or severe, something to keep an eye on, with a high of 75. And then we roll into your late week. Cooler than what we started with, 50, your forecast high for Thursday, 62 for Friday, still hanging on to breezy conditions into the weekend, but at least St. Patrick's Day Parade, the Cincinnati St. Patrick's Day Parade, looks like it's going to be dry, temperatures near 60 that afternoon. All right, let's get back to the radar image and we'll answer some questions about today's first alert weather day real quick. Let me pull it up, okay. Yep, nothing coming on in. Not really too surprised about that. Dorothy's asking, how bad will Greenfield get hit? So Greenfield's on the very northeastern part of the tri-state, and that's actually where we have the greatest risk for severe weather, but also the greatest risk for tornadoes. I'm not saying you're going to get them, and I'm not saying it's more likely you'll get them than not, because that's not true either. It's just if we're going to see a tornado in the tri-state today, it's more likely going to be east of Cincinnati than in Cincinnati, and that includes Greenfield. How bad will it be? It's of course all relative. It's a low-end severe threat, and the sooner you see the rain, the better, I would say, because that zaps the energy for any storms to work with. But because you haven't seen it, and because we have some stronger storms on the way and a long window of opportunity for those storms, I would expect some dicey weather, especially out towards Greenfield. And next tuning in is Mainville, Ohio, at risk for tornadoes. Yes, a very low-end risk. Everyone here in the tri-state is, and if we were to see it, it would be very brief. It would not be anything too dramatic is the good news. Okay, no other questions coming on in. I will, of course, be popping in on here if should any big warnings be issued, severe thunderstorm warnings in the metro area, tornado warnings. I will cut into live TV and we'll make sure that we're streaming here on Fox 19 Now Plus as well. But up until then, I'm going to hop off of here. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. Stay nice and dry, stay weather aware, and I'll talk to you guys later.